and welcome back to a brand new Player 2 unboxing. My name is Paul James and today we're diving into Borderlands 3. No, not the simple Super Deluxe Edition because that's pretty stock standard and you can buy it at retail everywhere you go. No, I'm talking about the Diamond Loot Chest Collector's Edition. Look at that mask. Thank you 2K. This bad boy. The Diamond Loot Box Edition. Now, I must preface this is the second time that we've actually had to do this, much to the delight of some of our friends of Player 2, namely those involved with dashgamer.com and the Subassembly Required podcast. You're going to get a real kick out of the fact that this is the second time I've had to do this, because the first time the audio jack wasn't quite in, and so we didn't get any audio. So I repackaged everything and we're doing all this thing again. We're diving into the Diamond Loot Box Edition here. We've got some cool art front, kind of outlines all the contents, which we'll dive into shortly, so we won't dwell too much on that. Key art. We are making some mayhem. We'll get to the ends in a moment. So let's remove this to reveal some cool Children of the Vault based art. Now, the Children of the Vault, pretty prominent in Borderlands 3. They are attached to the twins, Troy and Irene, I think the names were, if I recall. But a whole host of Children of the Vault related artwork here. Pretty cool box inside a box though, so we'll move on from that as well. Crack it open. As I said before, already done this one, so all the little bits of plastic sealing have been removed. And foam and all that sort of rubbish. So we're greeted with the Diamond Loot Chest. Simple handles at the front, which we'll deal with in a moment. But we continue to pick through it. We've got, they really kind of fit in with the theme here, so we've got some power and all those sorts of things at the back. None of this actually works, but it all looks pretty genuine. The switch, interestingly enough, the power switch does actually move a little bit, but doesn't actually serve any purpose at all. You're certainly not plugging this into a wall, it's not going to light up or anything like that. Though 2K and Gearbox, that would have been a great little extension to this thing. But anyway, we'll dive into the contents. Release both handles. Release both handles and start to release the contents. If it will allow me. There we are. So first thing, and I'm still speculating a little bit here, but we've got more Children of the Art related artwork for starters. Children of the Vault, related artwork to begin with. When we crack it open, simply to find this box. Now, I cut it open before. There's nothing inside. I think, and I'm only speculating here, I think what it's supposed to be is basically a placeholder for me to pop my Super Deluxe Edition inside. Now, as great as that is, I'm not storing my game inside this. I am storing my game exactly as this. So I'm not 100% clear on kind of the intentions there, but the art itself is still really quite cool. So we've got that. We'll bring everything back up shortly once we dig through the contents a little bit further. Next up, a smaller box. Promethean Exchange. We've got some art on the back here. Apparently these must be vault keys, if you base it on the description here. So we'll dive in. We're going to go open first. There we go. And there's 4 key rings here. And I have to assume, based on kind of the descriptions on the box, since I've only kind of put maybe 2 or 3 hours into the game so far. Thank you to 2K Australia, Mikey, the team over there, for providing me with the code. It looks like we've got 4 different vault keys, based on the description at the front and what I'm looking at. But I have no idea what they actually look like in game. So it's all just a matter of speculation. Oh, those two it's hooked onto each other. So there's one vault key, another one, a third, and a fourth. So we've got some key rings and some plastic. A lot of cardboard to toss out after this. Next up is one of the coolest parts of the whole edition. We've got 10 collectible figures here. All key characters from the game. So we've got a whole host of them here. I don't know where I'm going to fit them all, actually. Hang on. Let's organise this a little bit. We'll get back to that shortly. Some of our little figures here. There's Lilith, Moxie, both the Calypso twins here. Both the Calypso twins here. We've got Amara, Mose, Flack, who I'm playing in my playthrough so far. The Beastmaster, really quite cool. Everyone's favourite Claptrap. We've got Zane and Jesse. 10 different figures there. None of them are Jesse, maybe for obvious reasons, the most solid build to the lot. But little ones like, Claptrap, where there's fine little limbs and those sort of things, finely made. Not necessarily the most durable thing in the world. They'll probably break pretty easily, so be careful with them. But these are the little character figures. Next up, Confidential, Torg, blah 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 blah, he yells and shouts and rants at you, is the artwork. So there are 5 cards here, and they feature all 4 protagonists, or playable protagonists, and the Calypso twins. So first up we've got Zane. They've kind of got a nice plasticky sort of feel at the front, despite being cardboard. It's a nice feeling. Troy and Tyrene. We've then got Amara. We've got Mose, and then finally the champ Flack, who, based on some early impressions polls-wise that I've seen Randy Pitchford reaching out to on Twitter about, Flack seems to be the people's champion as well, because he is. Next up, and the last thing that we need to go through, that's causing me some difficulty here, and it's causing me a bit of stress as well, is our scale of 1 to 200 model Sanctuary. Now Sanctuary, if you recall from Borderlands 1 and 2, key city location, it's the main place you keep going back to, it's where the Crimson Raiders are based, all that sort of thing. There's a scan me thing here, which I only just noticed for the first time now. QR codes, get at them. But what it is, and I got so excited when I saw on the front here a model of Sanctuary. Really appealing. We've got all our art, we've got the box, we've got the celestial map, which I might have left behind somewhere. I'll dig that out shortly. Oh, there it is, off camera. Oops, didn't restock it properly. Sure, I'll grab that now. What we've got with Sanctuary is the parts for Sanctuary. You've got to build Sanctuary. You're not going to get to, just get a model straight up. So we've got lots of parts here with a detailed instructions page, which is off camera. There's about 15 steps and 50 or 60 parts. All these different bits and pieces in order to build your own Sanctuary 3. So I'm not doing that in any hurry, but expect to see that pop up on Twitter sometime in the near future, so go and check that out when the time comes. As I said, I left it behind by mistake. The last thing we've got is the map, I guess. We'll call it a map. Cloth. It's cool. Celestia Iridia, or Celestica Iridia, sorry. We've got some cool little kind of annotations on the map here. Great map leader, blah 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 blah, genius, and lovely. Lots of little comments there. Noodles to die for. Apparently, this little spot over here, we've been banned for life over there. Jacob's Corp, Iridian glyphs, ciphers. We'll figure it out together. Like lots of little annotations all over this little map, which, with at first blush, could be the Calypso twins. It could be anyone else. I'm not 100% sure yet. But we'll work that out, I'm sure, soon enough as we start playing the game properly. Like I said, at this point, I've only put 2 or 3 hours into the game. Really enjoying it so far. I mentioned the Some Assembly Required Team 4. I've been playing with Dash of dashgamer.com and Ryan Betson from the Pop Culturist. And we only put a couple of hours in co-op the other day. I basically spent about 10-15 minutes solo, jumped into a game with them. So I hadn't even got through the prologue myself and the tutorial myself before all of a sudden I was jumping in the deep end. But it was really enjoyable. It's the Borderlands that I love. And I'm keen to get back to more of it. But those are the contents of the Borderlands 3 Diamond Loot Box Collector's Edition. Again, we've got the box itself, quite hefty, there's a bit to it. It's not just simple flimsy plastic. It'll be good storage in a lot of ways for your other assorted gaming goodies, probably including some of the stuff that we've looked at here. I'll probably be tucking the map and the mask and all those other assorted bits and pieces inside as I kind of do that now. We've been treated pretty well for this edition. There wasn't a huge number worldwide. I looked at the box that I was sent by Australia Post. Quick whack at Australia Post. This was meant to arrive last week. Thanks for getting that wrong, guys. But number 373 of 815. Now, I'm not clear if that is worldwide, if that's just for Australia. I'm going to assume that it's probably worldwide because 815 for Australia is a lot. Or Australasia even, like that's a lot. But the contents themselves are really quite cool. I'm going to put these on top here so I don't break them as I put the Sanctuary inside. No. Our loot box. If you've enjoyed this unboxing, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. All the buttons are down below here, and hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to everything that goes live on the channel. That includes Patch, the Insider, Player 2 Plays, like Game Review, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. There is some awesome stuff there, so please be sure to go and check it out. Visit the website, player2.net.au, where you'll find reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, the Player 2 Writer's Draft, links to our podcast series, Dev Diary, the Player 2 Pixelcast, Patched, and a whole lot more. There's some great stuff there, so go and check them all out. Subscribe, give them 5 stars, help boost them up the charts. We're also on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. Kick in a few bucks. At the lower tiers, you'll get early access to episodes. The higher tiers, you'll get monthly episode exclusives. Finally, there's Twitter. You'll find me at Paul James Games. The website, you'll find a Player2au. And until next time, that has been this second take, unfortunately, on the Borderlands 3 Diamond Collector's Loot Box Edition. Diamond Loot Box Collector's Edition. Go out and make some mayhem. The game has been awesome so far. It is available now. Enjoy. Thank you much for watching. Cheers.